Hello! I thought we'd do a little tour today. I haven't done one in August, so we'll do an August tour. Things are very dry looking, so be warned, and very, I've harvested an awful lot, so there's a lot less. I'm just gathering, by the way, some cosmos that I have throughout the property. Some of my oregano that's gone to flower, and then these funny things, which are so cute, but I don't know the name of them. May as well let the oregano that's gone to flower look pretty on a table. But we'll start with right here, my potatoes, I guess, and work my way. Then we'll go up to the area where I have onions and dried beans, or beans for drying, and then we'll go to my raised beds. So come along, let's see. So here in my potato area, the remaining potatoes, I have 2 rows here of Burbank, russet Burbank. I have a row of all the way up of Red Norlands, and then half a row of Red Norlands here. Already harvested my Irish cobbler, my red thumb fingerlings, and then I have Lorats here. And for some reason I have some self-sown cosmos here. Don't know why they're in my potato patch. Dill, I understand, I left that to go last year. It's everywhere. Starved for water. And way at the back I have a sunflower that won't amount to anything, but gotta love the volunteers. It's so dry that look how starved for water my Jerusalem artichokes there are. Never seen that like that. So up in this upper area are my storage onions. I will wait this year. Normally you want to see about 70% of them flopped over. I'll go 70% at least, if not 80, because it's such a dry summer. I don't have to worry about dampness. I'm getting moldy or anything. So I'll just let them dry out here. But there's some great ones. Lots of nice ones. These onions are all from sets. I was concerned with all the heat because some people don't have great luck with onion sets. I always do. But it didn't affect anything. Not a one that bolted on me. So that's pleasing to see. Just tail end of some broad beans. Then I've got here some, these were leftover Brussels sprouts, and the smaller ones. But they're chugging along, so they will stay here and remain right up until November. We'll see how they do. Some extra celery was also placed here. They haven't been watering, so they're looking dry and slow, a little behind. There is some rutabaga in behind. I don't think that's doing well either. This is some of my volunteer kale. I've cleared it all out, given it away, eaten it, frozen it. Still a bit left, and here's my new one for next year. It's just very helpful to have this kale come up and last me all summer, actually. That is a red Russian. And then these are my beans. Almost all except these 2 rows are for drying or taking them semi-dry. I'll start doing that too. That's my preferred method, actually. It's just everything's so dry right now, and I'm harvesting earlier and more, and I've been busy. So they might dry all the way. If not, I do prefer to take them, pod them when they're still just slightly green, and put them in my freezer. It's so much easier to use those. They're ready to throw in any dish. So various varieties there. And oh, look. Oh, just wilted. So tough to see. And my walking onions are, never seen those yellow before. But the beans are doing well, by the way. I haven't, there's lots in there, so they're doing pretty good. And then here I have my successions of peas, and they seem to be putting the pods on. God love them. And some corn that, because of the dryness, just if they lift the water ban, and again, I'm on a drilled well here, so I could water a bit. I really think I should, just to not lose everything. So this is my beans and onions. They're doing well. Now down to the raised beds. We'll start at the bottom due to the where the sun is and the shadows today. And there's quite a bit of wind, so bear with me if there's a lot of wind. I'm also hearing the water bombers, if anyone's interested in the update. I don't want to spread any kind of information that's misinformation or whatnot, but I can say that today they're very much looking forward to a very good suppression day. And they've seen very little extra hectares, I guess, growth in the fire in really the past 2 days. So it's about at 11 hectares almost. And today they've got 8 water bombers and 6 of the helicopters, water bombers, I don't know what you call those. So pretty amazing work they're doing right now. And it's supposed to be a good day. So let's look at the beds. So we're going to start at the bottom today of my 12 raised beds. And here you can see my squash is really grown crazy, done really well. The leaves are very wilted right now. They'll perk up when the cool evening comes, but again, could use a very, very good long drink. So I have various squash on the way. I'll show you them all. This I finally figured out because it had this three different areas here, which apparently has 3 different areas of seeds. Should be interesting. A triamble, it's called. Otherwise known as, I think, a shamrock squash. I have 2 of those. I have hidden in here what you won't be able to tell there, but that is a, I believe, a turban squash. Ooh. This nice, lovely big orange. Wait, I've got nettles. I've got to walk here. Okay. It's a beautiful big beauty who just crawled up here and sat there. I haven't touched anything. Not sure what it is. They're all supposed to be edible. I buy every year seeds from Vessi's, which are called the Wild Bunch. And it's a mixture of unique squash. I just think it's fun to be able to play around and see what actually comes from those seeds. They're a mixture. And that's one of them. Maybe someday I'll figure out what it is. It's not quite a pumpkin, but it's edible. And then, I don't know what this one is. It's green. It's got scars. Yeah, just a normal lovely, but I don't know what that is. But it's very light green for that stage. So I guess it will stay that way. Let me back out. I'll show you a few more as we walk around. These are my tomatoes, starting to turn. Lovely. They've got, they're just coming on. Beautiful, all different types. Again, I can't tell you what everything is. And we'll see more as they ripen further. I might be able to identify some of them. But wind has knocked everything over, but they're doing okay. So let's go around to the next beds. So the other side of the tomatoes. Again, the only one that I can identify right now is obviously the sun gold. But we'll see what those are. Now, squash is spread here, but I'll show you what I can. Oh, I have here a, I'll just squat down here. There's a Hubbard. I don't think this Hubbard made it. It should be a little larger by now, so I'll keep my eye on it, but it's a little small. And there's another one of those triangles there with the Hubbard sitting on top of it. Here's the camel, the New Zealand squash. I have another one here. And in here is somewhere something down there. Not sure what that is yet. Red curry, possibly. And there's probably a red curry over here. And I've got a celebration here. And I won't go any further, but so there's a few squash coming, which is lovely. Next up is a bed that's, you know, I'm constantly harvesting these beds, so it's getting thinned out. This is my yellow zucchini. I've got 3 off them. Don't see any coming at the moment. Some cucumbers. I've picked one. There's a funny little ducky. Leave him for a bit. I've got two types of red cabbage. I can't think of the names right now. I've got lots of the black magic kale or lacinato kale. Parsnips. I'm maneuvering over squash here again. I gotta get all those onions out. My borage. Squash plant there. Must be zucchini. Beets. My beets everywhere are really slow. Some succession carrots. Some peppers. Bees enjoying the borage. Here's my red runner beans rather. We have such high winds that inevitably they end up clinging and just going up one side. This method worked really well for me this year. I just stuck this in because I had some Giganti and then red runner. So I just stuck some poles here, and it was so beautiful when it was all in bloom. It's not high enough. They've all clumped together and hang down, but they're still producing. We'll see what we get there. But it was really, really pretty in bloom. I'll do that again. Plus it's on this side, so they didn't all blow over like they normally do. Okay. Ooh. I see a little squash coming through my beans. Ah, there's a Giganti. Can't wait to see those. I think they are going to make it, so I'm very pleased. Eggplants. I've got a lot and I've eaten a lot. I'll probably harvest a few today. Let's see. Yeah. They're loaded, and the one in my house is also loaded. Can't get in there. So they haven't suffered much from the lack of water. Those ones are still a little small. They grow quite long, so I'll let those go. Little celery, peppers, hot wax or hot banana, and then more beans. And these beans, pretty much I think all of them are bush beans again, but for potting. So drying and using as semi-dry or demi-sec. Let me see here. Yeah, these, I know these long, I hope they're going to come. They seem to be suffering. Got a water. But these are the Amish Nuttall beans. And yeah, every type in here again. And they're already, if I can get in there, getting to a yellowy stage. So I can harvest a lot of these now. Just have to get around to it. Going to the next bed. These both are zucchini, but the rondenise. And I've harvested a lot. They still keep coming. I'm staying on top of those. I have to tell you, I transplanted, you might have seen an early video where I had a whole bunch of seedlings come up from my compost of what I figured had to be celebration squash. And because they were from my own squash that have been pollinated from various different squash, obviously from the bees, they're not coming true. And they're so cute. There's so many different kinds. This is a little round golf ball. This one here, I've got a lot of those, same plant. And they're getting green ends. Very cute. So that's fun to see. Oh, I see a rondenise or something in there. Some more of my kale. And the broccoli's pretty much being all harvested. I'm just taking the shoots now. More celery. Brussels sprouts. Let's see how they're doing. Yep, they're coming along great. So yes, I might just pull some of these broccoli out to give room. I've got beans in there too. Yes, I've got beans. I just had extra beans in my hand and I'm sure I just stuck them in there. Onion, that's got to come out, doesn't it? Oh my. This is a nice big, that's a huge onion. That's a red onion. Red Baron. Very large. Some bug-eaten rutabaga. And another few red cabbage. Here my coriander. It's gone over. I'll save these seeds. You can eat the green coriander. It's absolutely delicious to eat these seeds green. Nothing on that squash. More borage. This is a zucchini. I've had many of. And that's a zucchini I've had 2 from. I'll just go around because of the shadow. Carrots I've been pulling from these. These are beautiful. I grabbed some yesterday for a pot roast I made. I just threw them in because they're bunching carrot. So they're beautiful, straight, slim carrots. Except some have gotten a little out of hand. So there's my cabbage. Let's see, yeah, you can see the 2 kind, which sorry, I can't remember them now, because this one's going to be more cone shape. That's another cauliflower. I say every year I'm not going to grow cauliflower, and I do, and they never work out. Corn, more corn that's not doing great, but I've got a few heads I'll get. Maybe we'll each get 1. Some peppers, I've already harvested a couple. Again, it's a hot wax. They're lovely actually. And then just more bits of broccoli to get. Looking lush despite the lack of rain, isn't it? So here we have more parsnips. As you can see, the lovely caterpillars have come and gone. Eaten. Lots of bunching onions. I've been pulling gobs of them, but I've got to get more. Lettuce, eating that non-stop. But got to keep up with it. There's a nice one heading up there. Yeah, got to get these ones. Constantly deadheading my marigolds. Celery. Pulled my peas out, as you know. Some more Brussels sprouts. More cabbage. There you can see the lovely cone coming on that. Don't even know what this is. What is that? Oh my goodness, it's a Romanesca. I didn't even think any of those seeds came. There's a nice big Brussels sprout plant. There is a globe artichoke. I don't know if they're going to produce anything, but they've still got a while to go till I will be able to tell. Okay, this one. Oh, I better go this way. So, I've probably harvested 10 of my perennial garlic now. I haven't touched my harvested garlic for storage. These are great just to pull out and throw in meals. I have a lot this year, so I've already pulled 10. I'm going to keep at it and, you know, leave a good many there as the perennial to keep coming. Some cosmos that I don't recall planting. Beets. Again, looking to hopefully see something coming from those. Celery. More red cabbage. And more Brussels. And looks like a cauliflower again. And my globe artichoke is hidden under there. More kale. Oh, these are about to... That's so pretty. This is why I leave these, because it doesn't matter with my perennial. I let them bloom. They escapes, and they're gorgeous. Look at them. Aren't they beautiful? Just add a little bit of something, something. Here's another one of what should be a celebration, like all these squash that are all coming out quite unique. I think it's really cool. So instead of yellow, this fellow's half green. Again, just doing so well. considering lack of water. Really dug into this lettuce, and I can't believe it's still so much there. These were my garlic. I don't know how many seeds are going to come up because lack of water. I've reseeded. I see lettuce has come up. I see some probably radishes. I'm not sure. We'll just see what works. But so far, my transplants that I started in the house of cabbage and broccoli are looking great for both these beds. This is some more Larat potatoes. Hope they're doing okay in those bags. My carrots in buckets, not so great this year. The seedlings, well, those that caught on were fine. Some I've reseeded, you can see here. But some came up and then just died from lack of water. And I should water those also. Okay, so these are pretty empty, but hopefully we'll see a bit more. It's starting to get cool already, very cool at night. And the final bed has tail end of my broad beans here. Some of my seeds to go self-seeded. I've got arugula, I've got radish, some cabbage, lettuce. Still have some in there. Hasn't bolted, crazy. But I've been eating it and pulling ones that look larger, so maybe that's keeping it at bay. More celery. More of my Brussels. Pretty much taken most carrots out of here. But there's still some, I think, or succession plants anyways. Another Romanesca. Looks horrible, doesn't it? Oh well. Beets. And... okay, Brussels, and what's this one? No, that's what that is. Oh, and the leeks in every bed, I haven't mentioned. It's not just onions. I do have leeks in all beds. I can't remember how many I ended up with this year, but 40, I think. Here's another one of my transplanted from the compost. And he started out with a little green bottom, or top, I guess. So interesting, and longer than a celebration squash. So I know they were mine because the last squash I threw in the compost, which wouldn't have composted down yet, were the celebration squash. They last so long. There's another one, and it's almost just yellow, no streaks, and again it's almost like a golf ball. So cute, so fun. And various types of lettuce. This red lettuce is beautiful. It nothing beats it. It's very hardy. So, struggling. I may break down in water. Throw the guilt away. I've been very good. My water is not on the town water, so I think I will. Well, that's the garden today. Sort of late August. Thank you so much for joining me. Please consider subscribing. Take care, and we'll see you soon.